The Nexus calling as Jeff God Gamer and Freelancer both have practically no health. And that is going to be game number 3 for a 3-0 sweep as Yumi vs. Basic Income moves on to the grand finals against Blue Bayou Zoo.
I think BBZ came out of the gate as one of the stronger teams in the league. Then a lot of their regular season was kind of disappointing.
They're a really good fundamental team, but they lack a lot of depth. They can only play really a single style.
I don't think they've improved enough for the playoffs.
It's just really sad for Ashes of Dreams because UB needs 3 coaches to equate up to everything that I'm doing.
I'd say the high points of the team are probably Nier's summoner name and Songo's production skills.
Ashes of Dreams really just lives up to his name and is going to get his dreams burnt up.
Coach Ben should ask Red for some tips on making memes.
And then also I can tell that his meme game is really lacking.
I think UB kind of showed a strong early performance in the season, but ever since they joined playoffs, it hasn't really been the same team.
So I used to kind of give credit to Orphic for being the best top laner in FOF Heroic. Nier, on the other hand, might not get leads as consistently, but is consistently ahead and has very intelligent macro and very intelligent team fighting and really knows how to push an advantage. So I have a lot of respect for Nier.
I really don't want to use my time on Freelancer because he can't even play against Trundle.
Game 1 is the practice game. Game 1 is warm-up.
It seems like after playoffs started, Freelancer is trying to be a diet Nier, but he's far from me.
I think BBZ is a really high variance team.
Overall, I think they are a well-made team of 4 supports playing around Jeff God.
Of course, I think I'm better. I think you have to as a competitor.
I think Utility Monster is a good jungler with a thorough pool that definitely needs to come with his Smite game on Tuesday.
I actually think Dax really needs to improve his pathing. Pretty sure he gets it from Apple Maps. It sucks.
I think BBZ looks really strong when they're on their A game, and sometimes they're on their B game or their C game.
I think UB as a team in general, I think they're pretty good. I think they work really well together during fights and just in general in the whole game.
Yeah, I think Lights is probably one of the strongest lane opponents in the tournament. I think it's him and Camel Bezel. Camel Bezel's down, but I think we still have a lot of prep to do for Lights.
I think they do lack mechanics and decision making though. So I would sometimes see Civillock, he would miss his R and slash when he played Malzahar. I think he missed it 2 or 3 times in some of our games. So that's where I think they fall off compared to us.
He's a very deep champion pool, pulling out all the research and analysis to think of what he's going to play. So hopefully we'll be prepared to lock Galio to every single one of his champions.
He's pretty good. He's definitely on the higher end of the mid laners in this league. But I still think if I do buy QSS, I think I could outplay him, and all he needs to do to win lane is just have me not buy QSS.
So my day job, by day I'm teaching, and I'm hoping that this is going to be no different. Can spend a nice wholesome day teaching children how to do objectives.
I think it'll be a close game, but in the end, we're pretty excited to beat up a middle schooler for charity.
UB is undoubtedly the number 1 team in the league. We managed to take them down 2-1. There's a narrative going on that they've kind of fallen off in the playoffs, but I don't really think that's the case.
Yeah, BBZ is not exactly the team I expected to play in finals. I kind of expected them to lose to us round 1 and then get demolished by Spear, but fortunately they gave us a chance to beat every relevant team on our way to finals.
Jeff is one of the best 380 carries in the league.
Yeah, Red's really consistent as a player. It's really hard for him to push leads when his supports constantly is looking at a gray screen.
I think that his team's performance has bolstered his KDA higher than it probably should be. Despite that, he still is a really good player, but I do think that Brian Sang is definitely the one carrying the lane.
Yeah, outside of the game, Red has a lot more presence. I actually think he's a pretty cool guy. He makes much better memes than BBZ's coach, at least.
It's mostly been either trash talking each other or sending each other memes. Other than that, he seems like a pretty cool guy.
I think they play a very consistent style. that unlike a lot of the other teams in the league, is more focused around their map movements and focused around their draft, rather than having any particularly individual standout players. So it's actually very reminiscent to UB, in my opinion.
Yeah, UB is really, really, really good at picking Galio. It's kind of impressive.
I think Songo has a very supportive playstyle in contrast to my own. I think he plays a very different style of League of Legends than I do. I think it complements his team more, but I think in terms of explosiveness, he can't compare to what I bring to Team UB.
I think Brian Sang and I have two very opposite ways of wanting to play our role. I think when I first played against him, it was really jarring how aggressive he was, but after I played a whole season against him, I think he's a really fun support to play against.
Every time I've interacted with him, it's been a blast. So I'm always happy to, out of game, to just leak as many secrets as need be. So
him and I also have very opposite personalities based off of first impressions only. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's what makes him fun to talk to and play against.
I don't actually believe that BBZ has ever won against UB. I think the person that UB has lost to is UB itself. So I'm quite happy to, in the rematch against them, try to show what I mean.
I heard Jeff went to go visit his teammates in Seattle so they could all play the first round of playoffs against us together. Well, I hope the rest of your trip went well.
I feel bad for their fans because watching them lose without putting up a fight is going to really put the Z's in BBZ.
To be honest, I'm the producer, and honestly, I don't know any of their names except for Jeff God, so I don't know what Utility Monster's talking about.
Conveniently for me, Tuesday is actually trash day, so someone's going to be along to pick up BBZ anytime now.